What's going on, guys? It's your boy Horizon here today. Call of Duty has dropped a brand new update for Call of Duty Black Ops 6. Well, it was supposed to fix a lot of things, a lot of bugs, a lot of necessities. It actually ended up breaking a lot of the game. It broke the game for a ton of players, more especially console players than anything. If you guys are over on the PS5 and Xbox Series X, it really did break the game. Instead of a smoother experience, people ended up logging on Wednesday evening, only to find their game actually completely missing and uninstalled. It was actually forcing them to re-download over 100 gigabytes all over again. Now, I was fortunate enough, I ended up getting a new ISP, got a new gig plan. I was able to download the 100 gigabyte update and all that other cool stuff. It wasn't really an update. It was the game actually being deleted from your own hard drive on your system. That's still crazy to me. So Warzone campaign, everything just gone, but I downloaded relatively quick, so I'm pretty excited about that. Now, what actually went happen? It was update 1.08, and on paper, it sounded like a win. Treyarch promised reduced file sizes, better optimization, and some new content. For example, one install reportedly dropped it from over 220 gigabytes down to 122 over on the PC. It sounds awesome, right? A leaner Call of Duty, less space waste on your console, a lot less clutter, but it really all did go sideways for us console players. They just decided a better way to get rid of all that content, just delete it off your hard drive, and then just have you re-download it anyways for the smaller sizes. What an absolute play, Treyarch. Absolutely insane. They're losing it in their membrane. They're shaking it in their boots. When Battlefield 6 takes up, though, they might actually cap the market on FPS this year. But anyways, instead of just trimming down the game, the update essentially removed core files. Players booted into their console and got a message saying no Call of Duty games are installed. Even worse, some users saw the game still taking up 90 plus gigs of storage. In my case, that's what happened. It couldn't launch a game. I can tell you what, though, I could buy a battle pass, I could buy the blackout pass, I could even buy that new Nuketown bundle thing that they got going on, and the only solution was to re-download the entire game again. And then I got a little fishy too, because I did end up having to install the game after downloading it, and it was saying I didn't have anything to download anymore, but I couldn't log into multiplayer or Warzone because it said I didn't install it. I don't know what was going on with that. That was weird. I ended up just re-deleting everything again and then downloading it again. And that seemed to do it fixed itself. Obviously, this blew up online as well. Reddit and Twitter, they were full of frustrated people, full of frustrated posts. One player even said, it told me I had no Call of Duty games installed and it still was taking up 92 gigs. He even provided a screenshot here, and they had to re-download it. How annoying. They just can't seem to stop tripping over their own feet. Now, instead of fixing file bloat, Treyarch accidentally forced players to waste hours and bandwidth just reinstalling the game over again. And it wasn't even that big of a difference. It was like a 40 gig difference. You could just uninstall all the Modern Warfare 3 assets and uninstall the Warzone and all that stuff, and you'd still have like no access to multiplayer. There was no way you were getting into multiplayer. You had to have some of that shared content. It was insane to me. The sad part is the update actually did break some good stuff. There's a new multiplayer map, tweaks to the zombies like the Reckoning directed. Plus, there have been balancing changes and bug fixes with multiplayer, but nobody's really celebrating that because half the community can't even load into the game without going through a massive reinstall anyway. So it's like, good luck, buddy. You got your 8-hour shift out of the way. Now you're going to spend the next 2 hours trying to download Call of Duty to try and play on a game that you don't even know that you want to play. Right? Half the people don't even want to play Call of Duty at this point in time. Insane. I think one of the maps in the multiplayer was just a rehash of the Black Ops 4 casino map, and it was basically a copy and paste too, because it's the same map that was in campaign as well. Nothing real there. They're all gearing up for Black Ops 7. They were built together side by side. The Black Ops 7 was supposed to be the game Black Ops 6 is. Once again, Activision fumbling the bag, the Microsoft merger, all this. Everybody was telling me, all the Xbox fanboys are telling me, oh, Call of Duty's going to get so much better once Microsoft acquires it, and it's actually gotten way worse, kind of almost like Minecraft was for a while there. It might get worse before it gets better, so hang in there, guys. Unless it's like Gears of War and Halo, it's going to get much, much worse. But this just highlights the bigger issue in Call of Duty. Call of Duty has faced this issue for years. Gigantic file sizes, messy installs, messy launches. Every year we deal with the bloated downloads, missing packs, and broken updates. It's nothing new to us, but fans were hyped that BO6 might finally slim down. Instead, we're stuck with another install headache, a giant headache. Anyways, guys, what do you think? Did Treyarch drop the ball on this update, or is it just an unlucky technical hiccup? Let me know in the comment section below. See you all in the next one. Subscribe if you're brand new. And if you had any issues re-downloading, follow me on Twitter at Horizon. I want to hear you guys' story. And of course, don't forget to drop a like if you found this helpful. I'll see you all later.